Come in here to Norwood High School football field. April 24th or 25th. April 25th, excuse me.
Yeah.
Tri-Valley girls lacrosse action. Norwood Mustangs, Dedham Marauders. I'm Brian Dunn. I'm joined by Molly Barefoot. Molly, thank you for joining me.
Of course. Happy to be here.
So, from what we talked just before we went on air, it seems like we're going to have a pretty good game here. Dedham's a strong opponent for Norwood. They've knocked a couple wins in Tri-Valley.
It's always a good little rivalry between the two.
Right.
Especially now that we've joined them in the Tri-Valley. So, from what the girls were reporting today around the guidance office, Dedham has a good team this year.
Absolutely.
So, it should be a good matchup. Hopefully, Norwood's looking to get their second win on the season. So,
and you being from the girls hockey program, I see a lot of girls transferred from that roster. Allie McDonough, Jess Keller, Molly Mannering, just to name a few, but plenty of winter athletes on this roster as well.
That is for sure. I think about 75% of our hockey team's on this team. So.
And Chuck Allen, who's the coach of the boys team, is also the coach of the girls lacrosse team. So there's a lot of ice presence.
Exactly.
In this team as
a
Norwood
lot of crossover.
Gets their
Speaking of Allie McDonough carrying the ball down, which is again a common theme.
people talk about her speed on ball, on puck, whatever you want to call it. She can really razzle-dazzle around some defenders. As Norwood gets a look early, that shot doesn't go.
Allie had passed it off to Caroline Davey, who's a strong offender for the Mustangs sophomore. She went wide on the net a little bit, but hopefully we can get the ball back. Erin Wagner, captain, on them quick.
You couldn't ask for a better day for it, too.
It's true. We were just saying that.
Low to mid-60s,
it's like
sunny out.
It feels like spring started today.
Right.
I just want it to stick around now.
I know. That ball is out of play. I believe they're going to rule it Marita ball, and they do.
Put the Mustangs on defense down here.
You could really call this a critical game for them to try and get a win because they have some tough competition coming up. I mean, Westwood, for people who are close to girls lacrosse, they know Westwood's one of the top teams in the state, let alone in Tri-Valley. And Dover Sherborne's a very good team as well. So they have a couple tough games in their schedule. This would be a huge one at home.
Yeah, Tri-Valley's definitely strong in girls lacrosse. Every sport had its change from Bay State to Tri-Valley, but for girls lacrosse, it was as strong, if not stronger.
The boys are the same way, too.
There's Marion Donovan carrying it down. Probably taking it behind the net to look around and see who she has.
Good ball movement here by the Mustangs. Still scoreless as we have a loose ball possession.
Tried to get it to Rory Kerr, but a little bit of a missed opportunity there. So back in Dedham's possession. Hope Ford, one of the few freshmen on the team, picks it up. Carrying it down, looks like she's a lefty. Oh, tried to get it to Molly Mannering, and then Rory Kerr.
And no one plays Dedham every year just because the rivalry has stood for so many years. But now it has a little more purpose because it's in conference. It adds a little more to your resume for those trying to capture TVL regular season championship bids, playoff seeding. It makes the rivalry a lot more interesting.
Exactly. I know there's been some sort of talk amongst the girls that maybe they can get back to tournament this year. But I think they know they do have some stiff competition, so it's going to take some effort and some work.
And it's a give and take because obviously when you move to the Tri-Valley, there are teams that are a little underdeveloped that you can sort of take advantage of, but there's also really good teams, so you still get that healthy mix of good competition and bad competition and see where you stand amongst the rest.
Exactly. Turnover to Dedham, unfortunately. We keep getting it down there, but we haven't been able to make much of it yet.
You can tell they're trying to set up some sort of offense and just get the settled possession while they can. So it looks like they're just trying to get organized.
Okay, so it's back in Nord's possession. So Molly Mannering has it down there. Sophomore number 11. See who she looks to. She has Maggie Curran. She has Erin Wagner. Caroline and Allie McDonough. Just looking at Allie McDonough. Pass it off to Erin, one of the captains.
And Aaron Wagner's an incredible story. He's
Yeah,
not only
she
the captain
really
of this
is.
team, but hockey and field hockey.
Hockey and
Or
soccer, yeah.
soccer, excuse me.
Oh, close. Yeah, Erin was is a three-sport junior captain, which...
First time in history.
Was it? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. I knew they did the research, but
That's wild.
yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
That's incredible
She's,
for her.
I
yeah.
can speak as her coach. She's an incredible leader and just like an all-around good kid, so nothing about that surprises me.
She's got an incredible drive, too. I witnessed firsthand the discussions in Coach Malouf's office, and
Yeah,
she's so motivated. She's so excited every
She
everything
really
she
is, yeah.
does. She's awesome. And Norwood's going to settle in here, dodge from the left side. McDonough's going to curl back, take her time with it. She gets ahead of speed. Look out.
Dedham's definitely trying to keep them on the outside as they try to penetrate through, but
In the scoreless game, there's no need to kind of rush or force anything. There
Exactly.
goes Wagner. She pushes the tempo a little bit, gets caught with a stick, and Dedham comes up with the turnover. So down the right alley here, they're trying to force her out, and I believe they do.
Dedham's definitely proving to be defensively strong, so it's going to be some back and forth, I have a feeling. Mary Lee gets called, I think, for stick in the sphere, so she'll give Dedham a little space.
Tough dodge and a great
Ooh,
save
nice
there.
save by Zoe, sophomore. Starting goalie, has been since she was a freshman. Out to Rose Campbell. Up to Hope. She's trying to hold on to it, but she's getting swarmed.
Young squad too. I only see 3 or 4 seniors in the roster.
Yeah, I think there might just be 3.
I think it's Rose, Olivia DeAngelis, and
And Jess.
Jess, yeah. That's kind of the upside when you look at this transition as a whole, is that a lot of these teams have done well.
Yep.
And talk about girls basketball, there's no seniors in the roster. Everybody
Yeah,
returns.
crazy.
So it's Norwood's in for a pretty good couple years in this new league.
Rory gets possession of the ball after quick stick check. Off to Molly, who's going in for it, it looks like. First goal of the
Great
game.
shot.
Nice. Molly Mannering makes it 1-0 Norwood.
Molly Mannering, again, sophomore. We mentioned the young nucleus of this team. So Norwood's on the board early. See if they can maintain this lead. Something I noticed early is everybody's kind of in the play offensively in terms of dodging off-ball movement. Everybody stays busy, which
Yep.
is huge.
Alice McDonough grabs it and
Yeah.
takes off, as
Watch
she
this.
often does. So just gonna almost barreled straight through the entire defense.
It's almost like tunnel vision when you're going that fast. You
Exactly.
got a nose to the net.
She's got the ball, so we'll see what she does. My guess is she'll go for it.
Free position, yeah. She's got the speed for it for
Exactly.
sure.
She'll take that quick step.
Oh,
Nice.
that goes in.
And it did.
Awkward bounce, but
Yeah.
finds the back.
Almost bounced itself right out, but it works. Looking at 2-0 Norwood. Good start for these guys.
Yeah. 2-0 lead. And you have to think some of the chemistry that these girls have built on the ice transfers to here too. I mean, Allie and Aaron
Absolutely.
and these guys, they played every day
Yep.
in hockey. So you got to think there's some sort of internal communication, like, I know where you're going.
Yeah, I think they're used to sort sort of setting up together and they know what to expect from one another. So the communication piece is a lot easier. It's huge.
Right.
Allie's coming down the right side.
Yeah, there's the pick. Good screen there.
She's looking around. She's going to take it behind, see what she's got for options. Drops it, but I think she should be able to grab it. Uh-oh. We'll split, but we'll see.
Especially in girls lacrosse. I know in boys it's huge, but in girls, having a speedy midfielder that can just win one-on-one battles and get in the zone and just settle things down, it does wonders for your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, fast break is one thing, but just to have the option to be able to get a touch in the box and just settle in. Someone who has good ball control. It's definitely, I don't want to say undervalued, but maybe underlooked asset to a team, because a lot of people watch lacrosse and they see the goal scorers and
Right.
the heavy hitters, but
It's bigger than that.
speed is just as important, if not more.
We have Caroline Davy up top. Oh, just tried to get it to Allison. There we go. Just getting it down to Roy Kerr. Looking over back to Caroline.
Good dodge. Fights through a couple defenders, hits the turf.
Molly Mannering right on it, but Dedham beats us to the ball.
Yeah.
Something on the far sideline. Molly Mannering's got it. Taking it down, looks like behind the net.
Yeah.
Once again, looking around, see what she's got. Erin Wagner runs through, but she's covered pretty heavily.
So it's a patient offense. They execute the look, and if they don't like it, they just reset and sort of try again.
Exactly. They're good about really bringing it outside, too.
Right.
Giving themselves some space and time.
Not being too predictable in passing as well.
Marion back to Molly Mannering behind. Yeah, I definitely respect the patience, I think. It can be easy to make a move, but sometimes it's forced when you do that.
Don't be afraid to milk that stall warning.
Yep. All right, Caroline's on it. Moving in on her left hand.
Good take.
Just wide.
Yeah.
Looks like Erin Wagner should beat her. There we go. White
And
ball.
They do, yeah.
Rory on the side here off to Marion Donovan. She's going to settle it down, look around. Maggie Curran up top. They're really trying to make something work. Caroline with a little stutter step, but she's not seeing the clear pass or the free lane. There she goes. Up, back out. Oh, interception. Too white on her. Caroline, nice smooth check right there. Got the ball back. Allison McDonough has it. Marion. You can hear one of their coaches yelling to set it up. We have a White on defense now. We have Molly Mannering trying to push her out. Oop. Marion Donovan might have been a little close to the head. I have a feeling it will be Dedham's ball. Maroon ball carrying up. Number 18 getting swarmed by Norwood, but she's holding on to it. That was impressive. She had 4 girls on her and was still able to carry the ball down. She passes it off, and we're down in Norwood's defensive zone for the first time in a while. Shot, but misses, luckily. And then another Marauder has the ball. They're trying to pass it around, get something going. A missed shot again. Dedham still trying to make something work here offensively. But Erin Wagner with a clean check gets the ball back, tries to get it up to Marion Donovan. Looks like white ball coming down. Erin Wagner on defense quick. She's back and forth. Dedham carrying it down, and they get their first goal to make it 2-1. Looks like the first sub of the game, Brianna LeBlanc, goes in for Marion Donovan on offense. Dedham grabs the ball off the draw. They're going to try to carry it down. White's ready defensively. It'll be maroon ball. They're looking for the right play. We have Rose Campbell right there on the ball. She's a senior captain, also captain for field hockey and ice hockey. Missed opportunity for Dedham there, but they did get the ball back. They're just not, they're also being patient as Norwood was on the offense. Wagner with the ball in the defensive zone, but she'll try to move it up quick. Probably looking at Brianna LeBlanc if I had to guess over here on the sideline. Number 9, sophomore. She's generally a lacrosse starter. I'm not sure what that call was exactly, but imagine that Maroon 16 was a little too close in on Mustang 16. She's right behind her trying to give her a check, but Erin staying strong, carrying it down. Being pushed right up on the sideline, but beaten number 19. Molly passes it off to Maggie Curran. Up to Caroline, who's looking for a shot and a goal. 3 different scorers, I believe, which makes sense because they really are trying to be patient with the offense. So now we're looking at a 3-1 game. Mustangs up by 2. Fairly low scoring, I would say, at this point in the game. Yeah, they'll restart the clock for that. That draw was just basically an unsuccessful one. If it doesn't go high enough, they make you start over. So another try off. Looks like, ooh, Allison McDonough went for it, but they called it an illegal check. So into Dedham territory. Ooh, number 17. Allison McDonough just gets a little push. And it's her ball. She got tossed right onto that turf. Down to Maggie Curran. She has a strong physical presence, can often run through defense. Let's see what happens here, but they are all over her, so that's a tough one. She's bringing it wide, smart, probably trying to buy herself a little space and time. Looks for Allison McDonough up top. A little stutter step, back out, over to Caroline. Again, not trying to force it, but you have to respect. From up here, it always looks like they have more space than they do, but when you're in close like that, she can see everyone that's in between her and the goalie, and obviously doesn't like her chances. Caroline looks out to Allison McDonough. A little slide on the turf. Back in Dedham's hands. But White's getting all over her already. Dedham with the ball, offensively moving down. Trying to move in, look for the right opportunity. But Nord's playing good defense. They're all over her. You have Hope Ford there. Just wide. Nord's doing a good job helping their goalie Zoe out. Rose Campbell in there close. Hope Ford. Aaron Wagner back on D. They're moving in for it. Nice save. Caroline Davey on her. You can tell how quick she is. It's like Dedham ball. The refs didn't like that check. Dedham goal. It was hard to tell because she didn't really shoot it so much as lob it in. I don't think Zoe was ready for that. So now we're looking at 3-2 Norwood with just under 3 minutes left in the first half. Again, a low-scoring game, but... And head coach Chuck Allen calls a timeout for the Mustangs. No, you're definitely not in charge of that. Getting back out on the field. You have to imagine the Norwood coaches were trying to motivate the girls to finish this last 2 minutes, 51 seconds in the offensive zone. Maybe getting another goal or two in there before the half. I would say they've had the dominant possession as far as time goes. But with the score only 3-2, they definitely want to notch a few more goals. Take a bigger lead. So they've changed it up, it looks like, and have Caroline Davey taking the draw at center field. And then Erin Wagner and Maggie Curran on the circle. And they've moved Allie McDonough down on offense. Trying another approach, I guess. It's always helpful to have Maggie's height. She just tossed that. She just grabbed that ball. Got a little space. She's going to barrel through. Look around. She went for it, but the goalie made a great save. So now it's white versus maroon and that ball down in the corner. Erin Wagner's all over it. Dedham with the ball down in their offensive zone now. They're going to look around and see what they have available to them for opportunities. Number 10 going in on it. Molly Mannering running out with it. Getting pushed off to the sideline, but she's staying with it. She's staying inside. She tries to just pass it off, probably looking for Allison McDonough, who ends up with it and gets tossed to the turf again. Allison's going straight for it, using those wheels. Not wasting any time. Goal. 4-2 Norwood, 1 minute left on the clock. That's where that speed comes in that we were referring to earlier in the game. There's not many that have the speed she does in any of the sports she plays, but it really benefits her. And that was the perfect example of that. Back at the draw at center field. 1 minute left. I'm sure both teams are hoping to notch one more before the half. Maggie Kern with it. Or no, sorry. Caroline Davey trying to keep it. They're all fighting for it. Looks like Erin Wagner wins that battle. She's going to bring it and slow it down, I have a feeling. Wait for the right opportunity. 40 seconds or so. They're passing it around. Looking down to Caroline Davey, 20 seconds. Their coach is reminding them of the time. 15 seconds, I hear the coaches yelling. They obviously want them to take advantage of some sort of opportunity. Maggie's going to go for it looks like, but she's being totally swarmed, and now Allison's going to go for it. Shot off. With 1 second left. She'll get a free possession. Free possession, it looks like. So she'll have time to shoot, and that's about it. Goal just in time. 5-2 at the half, and we'll be back.
Do you want to stay up to date with Norwood Community Media? Then subscribe to our weekly NCM newsletter. Every Friday, our promotions department publishes an online newsletter that highlights the work of NCM and the latest happenings. It includes the full episode of Norwood News, recent clips from NCM programs, behind-the-scenes photos, and so much more. NCM works hard to deliver a steady stream of Norwood content, and this newsletter is another way to stay connected to Norwood. To receive the newsletter, just visit www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Sign Up for our newsletter button, and enter some basic information. You'll then be added to our newsletter mailing list. It's all here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
And we are back for the second half of Norwood Mustangs Girls Lacrosse against Dedham. Right now we're up 5-2. A last-second literally goal from Allison McDonough to put us up by 3. And I'm imagining it'll be a competitive second half just as it was the first. So we'll see what the next 25 minutes brings us. As we had mentioned during the first half, this is a rivalry that is continuous for Norwood and Dedham, so you know both teams want to win this game. And Dedham on the board, 5-3, Norwood. They did not waste any time on that. They moved the ball right down, and I don't know what number it was that scored, but a little sort of side shot. It was a little sneaky, but it worked. And we're back to center field where Caroline Davies taking the draw. See who gets possession off this one. Maggie Curran, I'm telling you, that height. Oh. She'll keep the ball. She'll keep possession. She's taking it down. Looking for Allison McDonough, and that worked out. And Allison's going straight in for it with a goal. I'll make it 6-3 Norwood, and I believe a hat trick for Allison McDonough. Definitely her third or fourth goal, but for sure at least her third. Good draw back. Dedham fumbling with it, but Erin Wagner's not giving up. Called for a push on Maroon, so it's a white ball. Erin's small, but she is one tough athlete. You see her on the ice, she gets pushed around, but she literally never stops. It's unreal. Ball getting moved around a little bit. Looks like they're setting something up here. Caroline Davey over to Brianna. Back to Caroline and over to Allison. Switching. And Allie's going to look for an opening. But she's definitely not ready to commit quite yet. Over to Caroline. Back behind the net, moving it around a little bit. Allie McDonough looking for the right opportunity here. She's using some space, not forcing it. Couple cuts, but nothing formulating yet. Waits a little bit, standing still and wondering what they're expecting. Allison was going to go in for it, but ball got bounced out. Not sure what that call was. White ball or maroon. Okay. Erin Wagner. Position. Just going to go in for it. Shot saved. Good save by the Dedham goalie. Playing goalie for Lacrosse is no joke. It's balls extremely hard, coming at you extremely fast, and you know the percentage is much lower in boys and girls lacrosse as far as saves go than it is in other sports, and watching it you can understand why. The odds are certainly in the shooter's favor. Dedham ball, they're looking to try to get it up, but When you have Allison McDonough on you like this, it can be difficult. And you have Molly Mannering doubling up, and she got a good pass there.
Come on, Dedham! Don't let her sprint past you! Don't!
We have Caroline going in for it. Nice shot. Upper corner. Wow. It was a tough angle, and she just buried it. Couple subs. Megan Sopel going in, and Nona. Going in for Sam Reen and Mary Lee. And Wagner picks it up. Carrying it down. Norwood's in the lead 7-3. Ooh, little trip right there. Not intended, though. I should just sort of lost her footing. Molly Mannering with it. Dishing it off to Allie McDonough. See what they produce. Allison. Ooh, hits the bar. Hits the post, I should say. See what Erin Wagner does. Is she going in for it? Looks like she'll take it behind. Off to Marion. Oh, missed pass, but Nona went over the line, so it'll be a Dedham ball. She's got some speed, number 14 from Dedham, and she's going to go straight for it. Rose Campbell's going to try and slow her down. Ooh. Rose Campbell with a little bit of a unintentional but looking intentional cross check. Team with the free position. She'll go in for it, and Zoe will try to save it. Ooh. Didn't really get the shot off. It looked like it fumbled a bit, and White might get that. Yep, Rose Campbell picks it up. Dedham's on her quick, but she's looking for a pass, an opening. She got it off to Brianna LeBlanc, who's going to carry it down. Erin Wagner with possession at the moment, top of the circle. She might be going in for it. Looks like she is, and a goal. Brings us to 8-3 Norwood. 18 minutes left in the game. Norwood showing some good offense this half. They're moving things along quickly. And as mentioned, they were looking for this win to be their second win on the season, moved to 2-3. They have some tough competition coming up. So this was an important one. So they have to hold on to this 5-goal lead over the next 18 minutes. Try to pour it on now and not let Dedham close in on them at all. Tons of game time left. So they don't want to get too comfortable, and they certainly don't want to take their foot off the gas at all. Maggie Kern almost had that. Missed it probably by an inch or so. So it'll be Dedham ball coming down. Wagner picks it up. You really do see her at both ends of the field. It's amazing. She's got herself involved in all the plays. She gets it up to Molly. Gets it up to Allison. Oh, missed pass. Goalie's got it. You know Allison was going straight for it if she had gotten it, so goalie's probably feeling fortunate. But Allie picks it up after all. Nice pass. Up to Marion. She's going to have to be careful with this girl on her. Off to Maggie Curran. Maggie over to Brianna. Aaron Wagner trying to settle it down behind. Looking around, gets it to Allie McDonough. Between Allie, Erin, and Caroline Davey, there really is a lot of ball possession during games like these. It's very impressive. And Allie's looking around, getting it to Erin. Tries to sneak it in, but goes wide. Caroline Davey picks it up. Taking it out a little further to give them some space and give herself a better vantage point of her opportunities and her options. She's gonna maybe go. Stutter step, comes back out. Dedham gets it back. Looking around, wondering who they can... Aaron Wagner's going to fight for it, but Nona picks it up, and then Dedham's all over it again. It's a little battle over here at the 50-yard line. Aaron ends up with it down on the turf, but gets it out to Molly Mannery. Who might look up to Brianna, it looks like. Yep. Brianna taking it in the circle, but back out. She didn't like what she saw. Aaron Wagner with it behind the net. Brianna off to Caroline. Marion Donovan with it up top, looking around. Back to Molly. Caroline shoots it and again nabs it on that corner. Similar shot. I can't hesitate to say how hard those shots are to get in with that little space to the right of the goalie, but she did it twice now. So we're looking at a 9-3 game here. 14 minutes to go in the half and in the game. Be interesting to see what Coach Chuck Allen chooses to do. Knowing that this game is one that is a priority to win. If he'll try to put some subs in or stick with this group out there that's doing so well right now. Battling for it at center field. Oh, looks like White wins out on that one. Dedham ball down by their net. See who they can get it out to. Just like Maggie Curran. So it will be Mustang ball. Nona picking it up. Nona sending it off to Maggie Curran.
Hello, hello. Thank you for filling in for me. I had to go back to the office for a little town meeting thing.
Nice to have you back, Brian.
It is. I looked at the score. Looks like we got a sizable lead.
Yeah, this half's been a little more productive, I would say, offensively.
Sure.
We've had the ball in our possession definitely more often than not, and been particularly impressed with 16 Erin Wagner. She's literally been in every play offensively and defensively. Don't know how she gets back and forth so quick, but
That's captain leadership right there.
exactly. They're doing well though.
All right, so back into the swing of things here. Norwood with possession. Tough ball. Can't connect on the pass, but Dedham keeps it in. Ooh. That was riding the out of bounds line, but yeah, 9-3 lead here. 12 minutes left to go. Enough to kind of sit back defensively and hone in on your defensive schemes.
Dedham coming down. We'll see. Hopefully Rose Campbell keeps her outside without the cross check this time. Oh, goalie
Good.
knocks it down in front.
Good poke.
Nice work by Zoe in our goal. She's looking to clear it to Brianna. Gets it up to her, but it might have gone out of bounds. We'll see. Looks like it's a Dedham ball after all.
Yeah, so Marauders. I don't know if there's a proper way to say it, but I use both from time to time.
Guess we'd have to ask them.
It's a nice shot.
So Dedham goal, 11:20 in the game.
Okay.
Close the lead by 1.
These, at least in lacrosse, multiple goal leads can diminish pretty quickly.
Absolutely, it's
I
a
know.
high-scoring game.
I was, my brother's the captain of the boys team, and they had a lead against Action. There was like a 5-goal lead. They ended up winning double OT, but they gave up that 5-goal lead within
Right.
like 2.5 minutes of the game. So it's something you definitely you gotta play the full 50.
Yep, can't let up really at all, but definitely not too early. See where Caroline sends this. See if Maggie can grab it. That's kind of been their tactic recently.
When I had to leave, the Nora was doing pretty well on their draws.
Yep, it's continued in the. Caroline has been able to get it to Maggie Curran often, taking advantage of Maggie's height.
I was a reporter for the women's lacrosse team at UNH, and when I talked to the coach, she would always mention face-offs and draws as the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they lose games by 2 or 3 goals, and they say, we got to get better on draws.
Yeah, that's what it goes back to, I think, a lot of the times. Dedham tries to sneak it in, but it goes wide.
She would always mention draws and fundamentals, because passing, catching.
Absolutely. Turnovers, the fundamentals lead to the turnovers, and the turnovers lead to the goals, so
Right.
makes complete sense.
Norwood's had some really good lacrosse talent over the years. I know, for one, Allison Ryan, she was, I think, class of 2013. She went on to play D1 at UMass.
Yep.
And then I know Elena Fogg is one of the assistant coaches now. I think she was same same year.
Yeah, she was also 2013.
Did
played at Roger
did
Williams.
Nikki McGowan play too, right?
Nikki McGowan also played in high school, yep, and
Right.
she's one of our assistant coaches. So
Right.
they do come back.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, shot by Dedham, but wide again.
they come back and they excel beyond, which is it's encouraging to see.
Yeah, definitely.
So Dedham here looking to try and find a way to crawl back. Time against them, so you have to think they might push the pace a little bit. There's another shot, another goal. So slowly but surely, Dedham is knocking on the door.
Let's see, head coach Chuck Allen trying to give them a little piece of advice. After those two more recent goals. But I think it's what you were saying. It goes back to winning the draw and gaining possession when there's this much time left with only 9 minutes.
Yeah, if you can get the ball settled in and just take the shots when you can, but
Yeah,
just
take
settle
your
in and
time
kill the
and-
clock and
Exactly.
make them work for it. There's another draw win by Dedham. It's a good stick check, but they're going to call it against, I think, Wagner, it looks like. Down the right side here. Dedham trying to go back to work. They're just going to curl back around X. Couple early dodges. Ball's still in play here. And whistle blows. They give it to the Mustangs, I believe. No, is it a free position? What do they got here? Free position for Dedham. Chance to cut the deficit to 3. Oh, sorry, it's Mustang ball.
Mustang ball coming up. Hope
It
Ford
looked
with
like
it.
they were set up for a shot, yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah,
Hope Ford passes it off to Rory Kerr, who's looking around.
great pass.
It's going to stay Mustang ball.
Watch the run, Aaron.
Up, Allie 1-on-1. That's easy for her.
Oh, good save. Leg save by the Dedham goalie.
Very good save.
Brianna fighting for it down there in the corner. 7.5 left. This is when you want the ball bad.
Right on zone. This could be huge if they could force a turnover on the ride. Looks like timeout Mustangs.
I know we all want this warm weather, but they have to have it right on us today. Ollie, did you just go on vacation and get a tan? Nice.
So at the timeout here, Norwood leads 9-5, 7:21 left to go in the half. Really, it kind of, they'll take the insurance goals when they come, but it's really about defense the rest of the way here. Dedham's not going to make it easy for them as they've put in the last few to cut this lead shorter and shorter as we go. And I mentioned earlier the tough schedule ahead for the girls team. They play Dedham now, but they have a pretty good slate. They go to Westwood Monday, the 29th. So that's gonna be a tough one to win on the road. And then they come back from Milford. Then it's Medway, and then it's Dedham. And then they see Dover Sherborne toward the end of the season on the 22nd. Hopkinton is a great team on the 24th. But they do play the likes of Medway, Dedham, and Milford. There's a huge road trip actually. Starting May 3rd to May 13th, they play 4 straight games on the road.
And they're going to have to pick some of those up as wins
Right.
to stay as contenders. I know they picked up an extra game. They were short a game or something happened with a scheduling conflict. So they're now playing Weymouth. It's the last game of their season. I don't know anything about them.
I think the last game is North Attleboro now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep, 29th.
Okay, so that's who they picked up then. I did hear it was on the 29th.
Yep.
So these, as mentioned a few times now, this game here is an important one.
Right. Not only just for rivalry purposes, but again to really solidify your stance in the tournament picture.
Right.
Tri-Valley seeding. I think it's safe to say it might be a little unrealistic that you're not going to catch the Westwoods and the Dover Sherborns of the world, but to put yourself ahead of the mid tiers in the league is something
Absolutely.
very attainable for Norwood.
Yeah.
So as we reset here, just about 7.5 left to go. Norwood again leading by 4. Dedham's going to have the ball in Norwood's end, looking to clear it. So the Mustangs are going to set up as so. Oh, bounce pass. It's still in play. Norwood can pressure.
Got Mary Lee on her.
Yep, they get to her quickly on the ride, step for step.
She's a quick one as well. Rose Campbell in there, and Dedham goal. Wow. Okay.
That's tough. I mean, they played that pretty well. She was step for step defensively. She just put a good shot on.
Yeah, when they rip a shot like that, at that point, there's not much you can do.
Right. And you don't want to risk getting too aggressive that close, because then you just get the free position and it almost becomes a gimme. All right, so up 3.
7 minutes to go. They really, really got to get a hold of the ball.
Right.
That's the key, without a doubt. Maggie Kern's got to be ready to fight for this one.
Look how close they are at the bottom half of the circle. Biggest draw of the game right here goes up.
Wow.
And
Gotta
looks
fight,
like
gotta
Noah's
fight.
going to fight for it.
Fight. There we
Maggie
go.
comes
All right.
up. That's a stick
That's
check.
just such a tough one.
Nope.
And Erin Wagner's going to fight for it. Now Caroline's going to fight for it.
Still in play. Keep going. What are they calling? And it's...
Dedham ball.
Yeah.
All right, this is when our defense steps up big.
Okay. Across the middle here. They're looking for a chance. Save.
Nice job.
All right.
Zoe's got it. She's
This-
looking for a clear, and she looks up to Erin Wagner. Ooh, intercepted by number 10, Dedham.
Okay.
She was reading that one. So now we got to be smart defensively and keep them outside if we can.
Just don't let them over the middle, or over the top, I should say.
Hope Ford playing some good defense down here.
Yeah, they're playing
They're right on her.
really tight man B. There's another one. Okay.
All right, so we're looking at a 2-goal game with under 6 to go.
Yeah.
And as we said, there really is no safe lead in lacrosse. So.
It's amazing how important the draws are, because there's not much Norwood's doing that's particularly wrong. It's just Dedham's getting the possessions and they're getting the looks they want. So it's
Exactly. What was going well for Norwood before is now going well for Dedham. So
right. It's
what it's
it's a
about.
game of momentum. It really is. Norwood's still not out of the fight though. They're up 2. They just, like you said, they just need that one possession to just, kind of get their wits about them and settle in and, maybe pot in an insurance goal at this point.
Yep.
This is really a kind of situation, at least from my perspective, where if you can win a draw and you can get it to someone like Allie, she could just run right through, take it behind, and that's it. Settle in and kill that clock.
Exactly.
Coach Chuck Allen talking to his team here, figuring out what they got to do to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, this is the time to step in and make sure that they put a quick stop to this roll that Dedham's on.
They're not out of the conversation when it comes to the draws. They're right there. It's just one misstep or one check, and Dedham ends up coming up with it. But
Absolutely.
it's a little stronger on the sticks, and let's see if we can win one here. So as time starts to tick down and Dedham starts to draw near and near, these draws become that much more important. So once again, it's going to be Caroline Davey on the face-off. Wagner and Curran are going to be trailing. And they'll have the likes of Allie McDonough, Rory Kerr, and looks to be Brianna LeBlanc to outlet to if they win it. So now it just comes down to execution, and there we go.
See Maggie Curran taking a step back off
Yeah.
the circle.
Interesting.
All right, so Dedham ball.
Yeah,
You need it back. That's what it comes down to.
right. So Norwood's going to try and
They're going to go straight for it. I think
Yeah.
that's what's been working for them. And
and they make the save in the crease.
get it out,
Ball
and it's
still
back
out.
on Dedham's stick.
Yeah,
Number 5 in Sam Reen's honor.
it's a big time ground ball for Dedham. Good save to give the Mustangs a chance there. Dedham's moving quick off ball. There's a good stick check.
Caroline Davies honor.
Yeah.
They're staying with them. Now Aaron Wagner picks her up.
That's
That's a good little.
yeah, it's a good pick. I was gonna say I don't know if she moved. on
Zoe
that
with the
one.
save, and she's
All right.
picked it up. It's 2 saves in a row.
Be patient with it here.
Yeah, take your time
There
with
you
the
go.
under 5 left, up by 2.
There you go. Use the space.
Safe passes would be
Yep.
my approach.
Allie misfires.
Oof. Just gotta get that. There we go, Al.
Comes
Good
up with
job.
it, and this is the look you've been looking for. Watch Allie go.
She'll try to beat them all. They're gonna smother her. Who's there?
Through 3. Oh, it's still fighting for it. Ugh.
Dedham ball at midfield gets it down. We need some folks back this way, but you gotta take advantage of those Mary Lee honor.
Yeah, they closed the gap on her pretty quick. They scouted that well. Right side now, Wagner. Yeah, that's
Wagner with a misplaced stick.
that's an easy one
Stick
to
to
call
the
for
neck.
the ref.
You know, it's that whole hockey thing.
It's a hockey thing,
It
and
gets
she's
confusing.
got a couple inches on her, so her might not be a. It's obviously not what she's intending, but
Yeah.
all right, Dedham comes in. That's a great
That was
shot.
a great shot from a tough angle. He'll give
Wow.
her that.
All right,
And we're looking at a 9-8 game,
just like that.
making it interesting.
All right. So I already see they're moving Allie up to midfield, so maybe they're trying to counteract the speed here. See if they can get Allie's quick feet on the ball. So they switch Maggie and Allie. Maggie's
Yeah,
now
they need someone to be right there as soon as the ball comes out.
right.
Maggie's height was working for a while, but
Right.
they're taking a new approach.
Up.
Wagner on
comes
it.
up with
Oh.
She's got it. Come up with it.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh, they're gonna let that go.
Oh. Something they're calling.
Yeah. They're still saying 10 ball. Jeez. I don't know about that one.
It's tough to catch a break right now.
Yeah, seriously. All right.
Question is, can they keep her out of scoring range? And try to get a turnover here.
Good switch here.
And Wagner's on her.
Yeah, see, they're playing extremely
Ooh,
tight. They're trying to
dropped
just
ball.
force some sort of turnover, and they almost did there.
They just can't. They can't win these
Yeah.
these loose balls. Oh,
Another whistle.
curious
and-
what they're gonna call on that.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like she truly just fell, but I am not the ref for a reason.
These are tough. Are they giving it to her? I think they are. Yeah, all right, this is a chance to tie for Dedham. Save.
Huge save by Zoe.
What a stop.
She's made some really big saves today. It's got to be recognized.
Yeah, she read that perfectly.
Looks like they're called some sort of sphere, so they're giving the ball to Dedham.
Okay. So back to work here.
Free position, perhaps.
Oh, it's a foul on the
Wow.
goalie, so they have to take her out. So what do you...
I had to stop it at 157, it says in the book. I read the book. I have to wait till the 157.
Wow.
I did read the book.
All right, so we have our goalie behind, which makes it tough.
All she has to do is just throw it on target. This is interesting.
Why do you take the goalie? I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, I don't...
All
I mean,
right.
I know that's a rule in lacrosse, but I don't think I've ever seen that.
All right, we're looking at a tied game, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Just under 2 minutes to play. I mean, the Norwood-Dedham rivalry is about as good as it gets.
I don't know if you can fault the defense on that one because you're just shooting at an open net at that point.
Yeah, no, there's not much they could do.
Yeah, that is tough.
Do they go into overtime? Okay, I read the wrong rules for that one. 2 3-minute halves.
I know in field hockey when they commit like penalty corners, they sometimes take people out and they just reduce the number, but I've never seen the goalie get taken out of their post. That is interesting stuff.
It's almost like the equivalent of like a penalty shot or
Right,
something.
it's-
Stroke in field hockey. It's very, very interesting. All right, here we go. That's what it's all about right now.
Almost comes up with it.
Gotta
Huge
come
draw
up
win
with
for the
it.
Mustangs. Could not have come at a better time.
And they're going to be all over her, but she's got to bring it out and settle it down and take her time.
Yeah, see, so now their game plan switches a little bit because it's a tie game.
Right. This is, you see Caroline look back at the clock, trying to acknowledge what's going on.
Yeah.
And this is when you take your time, but sort of aware of the time.
Right. I mean, there's no need to force anything. If OT needs to happen, they'll take it, but they definitely want to try and get something going. Minute 9 left to go here. So they're sorting out.
Caroline's going in for it, but
Shot on goal.
goalie saved it, and it's
Maggie can't.
Mustang ball.
Oh, it is Mustang ball. No,
Dedham
I was
ball.
gonna say it's not a shot. So.
Yep.
All right, so 55 seconds left. Dedham has to go the length of the field. And Caroline is right on
You
her.
gotta hope for a pass that doesn't go well, or
They're gonna call.
that was a
on
fair.
ball push,
That was
yep.
a fair call.
Yeah. Can't knock the Mustangs for being aggressive, but
Nope. Fine line. It's hard to. She's gonna try and
there
take
goes
off.
Allie.
We got
Yeah.
Allison right on her.
not much is gonna beat Allie step for step. So, and great defense.
White ball.
Great defensive play by Allie McDonough.
Lucky for them, stop clock at this point. We have 34 seconds, and
Yeah.
Allison's going to just take off, is my
Alrighty.
guess. And then maybe try to settle it down once she gets there, if she can.
This is where stamina really comes into play.
Yeah, it's just, she's
Ow,
just got to
look
stay on her feet.
Look at her slicing
It's
dice.
always been a challenge for her.
Yeah.
Then we got Brianna going in there, number 9. She's going to take it wide.
14 seconds left.
Off
They
to
got to get
Erin.
something.
Smart.
Around.
Veteran knows what she's doing.
Oh,
Off Maggie. Oof.
that's a great
Always
look.
a risky pass.
Yeah.
But there looks like we're going to go into overtime, likely.
It's the right look, and the buzzer sounds. So Dedham erases a 8-goal deficit to tie this game, force overtime here at Norwood High. And Norwood had a great look to end the half.
You got to give some credit again to our sophomore goalie, Zoe.
Do they play
She-
overtime?
I believe it's
2, 3 minutes.
2 3-minute
Okay.
halves. Yeah, okay.
I know I'm ready to get something.
So if we don't decide a winner after 2 3-minute halves, it'll end in a draw. But obviously,
Although it's
Oh, wait, is it overtime?
we're under the pressure, we're going to overtime. Although
yeah,
it does seem like
It-
teams don't look so sure.
yeah,
Maybe.
Chuck. I think Chuck's campaigning for overtime.
Are we going overtime or not? Ours is up there.
Are they just switching sides or?
I think he might be upset with a call, judging from his hand motions.
I think he wanted something on that pass with Curran. Curran did get whacked a little bit.
2 3-minute half. 2 3 minutes.
So there's a debate of whether we play overtime.
2
I-
3-minute halves.
I didn't even know there was a discussion. I thought it was just assumed.
Yeah, there's just some questions around the rules of overtime because it is rare. So I do think they might need some clarification.
Yeah, I
2
think.
3-minute halves. Is it sudden death?
I mean, I would assume it would be the will of both teams to at least play and decide a winner.
It's like right in the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe's referee.
there should be an MIA rule, one way or the other. Oh, gotcha. I guess what we're hearing is that different leagues have different rules.
Interesting.
So there's some debate, but it will be figured out.
He's reading it right now.
We know Chuck's stance. He wants OT.
They know what, it was just a question of whether we play overtime. They know what the overtime.
The refs.
It only goes, you can only go twice, is what I meant.
Right,
You can only go twice.
All right, it looks like overtime will be happening.
All right.
3-minute halves,
Back on
sudden
track
death. That makes things quite exciting. So what do we care about? Ball possession.
And draws.
That's what it's going to come down to right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle. That's what I know.
Yeah.
First goal, yeah.
And the silver lining in that whole little exchange is that both teams kind of get a little bit more of a breather.
Yep.
So they'll take advantage, hopefully. We'll see how Norwood lines up. It looks like they're going to go with what they had last time, Allie and Erin. The speedsters, team speed on the back end.
They're going to have them. Oh, Dedham's. Okay, I was wondering, are they going to do something different? But
Can you line up anywhere but
yeah,
that back line?
you can. I think. Talk about ready to sprint. All right,
Up in the air.
who's got it?
Allie's got
Allison
it.
McDonough.
Huge drop.
Huge. And if it's sudden death, you'd think she'd go for it.
Oh,
I mean,
bingo.
that's what you have to assume. She's just got to stay on her feet.
Yeah,
Oh, she's going for it.
going through.
Maroon ball.
They're calling Dedham. Oh, did they say she was in the crease?
Oh. Something. I think she just got hit in the hand. It looks like.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we got to get the ball back. Next step.
Right idea.
Yeah, I mean, that was what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you have to assume Dedham will try to do the same, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Dedham has some fast midfielders.
Defensively, we've got to be prepared to run with them or pick up a drop ball, or goodness, we got to get those.
That was a zipper.
These are the ones you pick up. You have to. Couple opportunities there. You can't miss these.
All right, so Dedham has it coming up toward the middle here. There's a dodge. They keep her to the outside. Wagner's playing tight on her. Look across the middle. Norwood closes quickly. This needs to be us. And Dedham gets it.
Okay. Dedham kind of did the same thing,
Yeah,
like going
Wagner
for it
picks
no
up
matter
the
what.
ground ball. Gets
All
a
right,
bump.
white ball.
All right.
So we got to get it down this way.
Yeah.
I was
Take
not
it.
expecting this, but this is exciting.
I know. Good
Oh.
defensive battle. Both teams getting a
Really?
stop.
Nail biter. She's going to try to hold on to it.
Yeah,
but they
she's
are,
trying to find
they
some
are on her.
space. Gets
Okay,
an
gets
outlet
up to
pass.
Bree. Bree's going to try and pass number one.
All right.
Just getting it down.
Here we go.
Keeping it safe. Oh, good little check.
Oh, great check. Is that white ball?
Looks like it.
Is this a free position?
I don't know. I guess so.
Yeah, looks like it. All right, this is a chance to win it here.
Sophomore Brianna LeBlanc. She hasn't had a goal yet today. This would be a pretty good one to get.
Yeah, not a bad time.
She's got to be really quick and get it off her stick.
Gets one in.
Oh, wide. Wow.
Okay, Norwood gets the possession now, so they can.
Got everyone here in the press box standing up, so that's when you know. That's when you know. All right, who's on it? Caroline. She knows what she's doing, so let's,
Yeah.
let's see if she
All right.
makes a run for it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
Another wide. Luckily, Molly Mannering's all over those.
Yeah, same spot. They're going for it.
Oh, a little push.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, off to Rory.
Good outlet.
Who's Rory going to give it to? To Allison
Got Allie top
McDonough.
left. See if
Goodness
she's got
gracious.
this. Ooh.
Yeah, she doesn't have the space, but she might fight for it.
Allie brings it around.
It's going to be tough to
38 seconds left.
get a good cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to make something happen in those 35 seconds.
Ideally, you could run this clock down and just get the last possession at least.
Right.
Oh, Allie found some room. Opening.
Oh,
Shot
save!
Oh, she
Another
fell
one.
down.
Aaron Wagner picks it up
All
with
right.
18 seconds.
Wow.
Question is, does she know there's only 15 seconds? She
Someone-
does.
yeah, okay.
Saw her look at it. But she's going to have to be quick.
Yeah,
10
she just
seconds.
looked back. He sees it.
She's going to go for it.
Yeah.
Captain material right there. She's going around. She's not messing around.
Oh, at the post.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
you could tell she wanted that. That would have been great. That buzzer beater.
Wow.
All right. Between the NHL and here, there's been a lot of overtime.
A lot of excitement.
Yeah. All right. Second overtime. This is the last one. So if they don't decide a winner in the next 3 minutes, we'll settle for a draw. But this game is too exciting to.
Yeah,
To end in a draw.
you want a winner out of this.
Yeah.
You want to be the winner out of
And
this.
Norwood looked much better in that first overtime. They got the looks they wanted, pushed the tempo. They had Dedham on their heels. And even though they ran into some trouble with some stick checks, they won the draws.
Yeah,
So
they
there,
sure did.
that adjustment by Chuck Allen has been paying its dividends. So a quick breather here before we get ready for the second overtime. Norwood looking to add this one to the win column, further solidify their stance. This is the third season in Tri-Valley as a whole, but first for the girls lacrosse team, full Tri-Valley season. Now he's grabbing water. He's got to be feeling it.
Yep. 3 minutes. Really nothing to hold back for at this point.
Yeah.
Switching sides, I'm guessing. Yep, switching ends.
Nose for the cage and see if you can make something happen.
So you can only coach after the 6,
Oh, after this, they can't coach at all.
after the 3 minutes.
Right.
All right, so critical draw here. Second overtime. Sudden death situation.
See who gets this ball. Allison's on it.
And exactly how the first one.
Okay, white ball.
Yeah. So Allie's quick on the jump again. She secures the possession for the Mustangs.
She's going to take it down. Go for
Through
it.
1, through 2. Oh, she gets
All right, in the sphere, so she gets the ball.
right as she's ready to fire, they put a stick on her. So credit to Dedham for that, but they're going to give Allie the free position.
All right, this could be it.
Chance to
If she
win.
can get it on net. No pressure, Allison.
Yeah. Coach is watching. She remembers. Goal. Big time goal.
Huge goal for Norwood.
That's game.
Huge win for Norwood.
That's sophomore first day.
And she did that. That started with the win of the draw. She secures the possession, forces the free position shot, and she puts it home. So Norwood, although giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they get the job done in double OT.
Good job, Mustangs.
Yeah. So final score 10-9. Norwood takes the win over Dedham in this Tri-Valley contest. We thank you for joining us. I want to thank Michaela Hurley out there doing the camera honors. I want to thank Molly for joining me and thanking her specifically while I was out. Had to do some double duty, so she did a good job.
Talk to myself for a little
Yeah.
bit, you know?
Just did the filler as any good broadcaster does. But again, thank you. This is Norwood Community Media production. We'll be back for some Tri-Valley games later in the year, but we appreciate you watching, and have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good night.